freak.
I don't know. Zeke Elliott is a fan of our podcast. Also, give me one of those crop top.
So I think
He's not on the. He's not
ready,
here.
right?
I mean, as ready as I think we'll ever be.
Tell
Chris
him
is ready. Look at him.
I mean, if we're ready.
Suppressing a huge yawn. What are you gonna be tired about? All right. I guess I'll hit the go live button. We'll just see what it does.
Yeah. I imagine we'll go live.
Because that's okay. I mean, that's where I just was. So here we go.
We're live.
Going live.
Nothing like the toilet sound in the background.
Right.
Classic COTR. We got the toilet in the background. Ode to Jared. It is the 10th anniversry, so we should relive one of the classic COTR moments. Toilet in the background.
Yes.
I get it before stream started, I hope.
No, right as we click go.
Yes!
Uh,
Oh, that's hilarious.
In all the envisioning of how this thing would actually start, I never actually thought that would be the
That's
way
pretty good.
the stream would start.
Pretty good.
All right, so are people hearing us? Can you hear us, Brad?
yeah, it looks like people have seen us.
Okay.
Because.
And are we?
I think. Oh no, not yet, because we're still in this.
Oh, okay.
They can hear us now because
Yeah.
now we're talking about the toilet.
Can one of you guys talk right now? Just to make sure that comes through.
Yeah. Hello. I can talk.
Okay,
Why
yeah.
is that always so hard?
Dan is
I
saying
know.
that.
It's always
he
so
sees
hard.
us, okay.
All right.
I spent all morning
Hi,
outside.
Juke.
Maybe can you type in the chat? Let us know when you can hear John. 'Cause then I'll know my OBS is collecting everything,
Yes.
and then we can get officially started.
Hello, friends.
Hi. Hi, Dan.
Hi everyone. I can
Hi,
barely
Juke.
see you on Brad's laptops. It's as small as him. No, I'm kidding. I don't need to. I can't. I won't be able to focus on that.
Barcade.
What is?
Yikes! Look at this crew. Okay, we can see and hear you for some people. Do you want me to close this door too? Or?
Yeah, go ahead,
Oh,
Brad.
yeah.
Shut that door.
Oh yeah, you have the door here. It's not very safe for fires, my friend.
You've been here 2 days. You want me to shut this door? Yeah, shut that door. It doesn't exist.
I thought I almost walked into a chair yesterday. I'm
Oh.
aware to zero.
They say we're just saying we hear John, so we're
Okay.
pretty on lag. We're pretty laggy.
No, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm plugged in.
Yeah, but we're
And
working. We're working.
I have nothing else running, so it's this computer.
Thumbs up.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to special listener event 10, or as we like to call it, SLEX. I am Chad, aka the Chat, and I am joined in person by Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, everyone.
And Brad. Hey, Bardley.
Hello.
Also joining us through the interwebs, John, aka Electron John. Hi, John.
Hey, fellas.
We're also joined by the guy who could be a male model to my this is why we don't do more live video streams, Chris, aka C-Stan. Hi, Chris.
Hey, hey, Chad.
And Thanatopsis in the bottom left. Hi, Matt. Yep. You're on mute.
No one can see him anyway. That's what you camouflage. The white on white. He's just a disembodied head.
The guy currently hunting polar bears in the Arctic, blending in. All right. So I'm assuming people are still joining. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Is there any way for us to know?
40 people are on looking right now.
Ooh.
All right.
Legs
so
about 90 seconds.
yeah. Well,
That's kind of what we thought.
nothing we can do about it. It's not built for doing this. That's okay. So I think we'll just vamp for a little bit. So things have been going really well here at ChadCon. We got, what do we have, 8 of us? Oh,
goodness.
Rogue Vardane peeking through the windows at us. Hi, Vardane. Show every. Oh, you can't hear me. What the hell am I thinking? He's outside.
He'll hear you in a minute and a half.
Yeah. Vardane, come show everybody your shirt.
Bardane, come show your shirt.
No, here comes Steve. This is Vardane.
Hey, guys.
If everyone remembers the previous,
It's just for Wandering Took. Thinking about you.
He's on.
I know, I saw him in the chat. See you guys.
the previous virtual Gen Con, yep. Playing Jack in the Box. Yep, McDog's here, Bogey, Big Foam Loaf, Samantha, we had a couple other friends over. We've been playing lots of games. We even played Lord of the Rings, the card game. Bogey!
Bogey's here.
Yep, but we haven't had a chance to play Scouring yet, so... Chris, did it turn out... Is Scouring everything that you hoped it would be? Like, is the final product what you've always wanted Scouring to be? Or did it even turn out better? I know it had to hit the mark, but did it turn out even better than you imagined?
Oh, it turned out fantastically. We had so much help with that quest through the whole stage. Like we spent much more time on that than we did with any of our other quests. Even just the design, we had a whole brainstorming session with like 15 people all in Discord discussing like how we want the stages of the quest to represent the events of the chapter. Like we all read the chapter beforehand, and then we got together and tried to bang out how the mechanics would like properly convey the theme of that chapter. And then we just had tons and tons of playtesting and revision, and it turned out great. And it's going to be the first product that we release that's going to feature our own art. So and there's an awesome contract that comes with it.
Oh.
That you might see already spoiled in Discord, but it's Anyway, I don't want to spoil too much.
Okay.
But and I would recommend going into the quest
blind. Okay.
Blind. Most people do, but this one especially, there's a lot that's rewarding the first time through, and it's also really replayable.
Okay.
So, yeah, definitely, turned out beyond my expectations.
Great. Perfect. That's wonderful.
Got some print files to send me, buddy?
Yeah, unfortunately, we wanted to release an alt art hero like FFG normally would for a Gen Con quest, but we need to make a whole separate card template for that because we've never used that alt art template before, and there's a lot of work in every template that we make. Both the graphic design and then strange eons, like getting it all programmed so that all the text is in the right place. And that is just lagging behind a little bit. Hopefully by next week, we'll have that ready to go, and then we'll release all the print and play stuff. Cool. But for now, you can play all the cards except for that alt art hero on Dragon cards.
Unplayable. Okay. No, that sounds good. Can we take a guess at the alt art hero? Will you tell us if we're right?
Sure.
Okay. I didn't think you'd say yes, so I didn't have anything planned. Is it Sam? I guess it's Sam. Leadership Sam.
I mean, you've seen which. There's not a lot of options, right? I said it's one. Well, it's going to be one of the art pieces that Farcom has done.
Well, I didn't know if it was one you've shown yet. Oh,
yes, it is.
Oh, well then it's Frodo. That was boring. I thought it was something we hadn't seen.
Yeah.
And you were trying to keep it a surprise.
No.
Chad was easy to fool at Christmas. He's not good at guessing his presents or
It
anything.
sounds like Legos, but I'm gonna say golf club.
It looked like John. It looked like John knew what it was going to be.
Yeah,
I thought you were building up to
Frodo.
it's going to be a surprise. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fine.
I mean, come on. I mean, out of the art that I've posted so far, like one of them's obviously a hero that would be ideal for the end of the Saiga campaign, right?
I guess. Maybe. Albert Rosie. All right. Cool. All right. Well, one last thing before we get to swag reveal to make sure everyone gets here. So we did have a little contest. Tesseract Games donated these horizontal dividers. So these are what the winner of this contest will be getting. These cycles right here, and we had people enter in through a Google form, and our number cruncher Matt has randomly selected a winner, and I swear to God, if it's Vardane.
Is Vardane's name Anthony?
What?
Is Vardane's name Anthony?
No,
Is Anthony...
no.
Thank goodness.
Goodness, yes, no. Who'd you get?
Anthony B.
Anthony B? All right, congratulations, Anthony B. Don't know if you're on the chat. You will be excited in about 90 seconds.
Anthony or Tony, we don't know. We don't know what you go by.
But you just won these amazing horizontal card dividers from Tesseract Games. I'll show you how I use them real quick here.
Do you put them in your cards to separate them?
Well,
Perhaps.
here's my storage solution, because some people are asking about it. So you can use broken tokens. They have a insert.
Ah.
It's backwards. Oh, I didn't even know this. It's printed on both sides. I never even looked. Oh, that's nice. But yes, so that's how I store my cards.
Cool.
Very cool.
Do they make
Can't
vertical ones?
possibly
Yes, they do. They
screw
make
them up.
vertical.
There you go.
They make horizontal. All right, let's get to the swag reveal. Whew. Kind of exciting.
A lot of work.
So, everybody that's a patron of Cardboard with Rings are going to get some stuff in addition to the big swag. So we'll start showing you the little stuff first and build up. So, a pin.
Wait, I thought you said you start with the small stuff.
Yeah.
Don't spoil our major piece.
Yeah. This
Now-
high quality.
What type of pin is
It's
that,
also
Chad?
upside down.
Now, I call this a button pin. This is not a hat pin. A hat pin looks different. But both are pins. But you need a distinction. So yeah.
Correct.
So there you go. Everyone's going to get a button pin. What else we got, Brad? Yep. So at Gen Con, you're not allowed to bring certain things. You can't bring stickers. Stickers are not allowed. So everyone will be getting one sticker of each of the main 4 spheres of influence. Thank you. There we go.
No baggins. Sorry.
No
everybody.
baggins, no fellowship, no neutral. Because that is not a sphere. That's right. All right, what else we got?
We're sending a whole roll of bag and sphere to Jared.
Yeah, right. All right, everyone's getting a big Cardboard of the Ring sticker. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Can't bring those to Gen Con. All right, so now the big stuff. So throughout the years, Cardboard of the Rings has made certain items of swag, and then people find out about the game after that item of swag was released, and they say,
Dang.
I want that swag. So we have recreated the threat tracker, and we have made playmats. But one item of swag, no, not the beer koozie, one item of swag people have asked for over and over again, and that would be a recreation of this. The first player token that they had made. So we took it on as a project. Brad was in charge. Anything you want to say before we show it, or should we just show it?
Oh, I guess we should say where we got it from before we start. We did get it from Signature Coins because I'm sure people are going to ask.
Yep.
If you want to know about some of the stuff behind the scenes, you can email us and we'll tell you about it. But let's reveal it.
Reveal
at
it?
this point.
All right, here we go. So, your new first player token. Who better to guide you through the quest than Gandalf the Grey?
Ooh. Chad, is there something on the other side?
Maybe.
They're saying the video stream is super laggy, so hold it there for a little bit. Just so they can see.
Chad is also going to post some higher res pictures too, I think, right?
Yep. So I'm going to switch to that. So it should be my desktop. I can even zoom in. Feel free to vamp, guys.
Sorry, I'm checking the stream. I'm checking
I
the stream.
can't
Oh, I
see what
see.
you're putting on your screen.
The stream does look pretty choppy.
Yep.
Is there anything we can do about that?
No, we have. I'm hard connected, and it said excellent connection when I connected, and I have nothing else running.
Just burning up that poor laptop.
Yep.
Oh, this is pretty laggy.
Okay, so I'm just seeing now, Chad, you're showing the coin. Okay. So, can we talk about it here?
Yeah.
Okay. So
There we go. It's up on the screen now.
It's up on the screen. This side of the coin we have Gandalf. We kind of wanted. This was one we were kind of sure what to do with, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
We're really happy with this idea, though. We were able to get, additionally, the 2021 and the unofficial slogan, I guess, whatever you want to call it for the SLEX. We wanted something that was a little bit different, I think, for an idea, because we were like, we have a lot of similar themes, right?
Yep.
A lot of Hobbit stuff. So we wanted to go something different. We're like, Gandalf is somebody that if we don't have any swag for, right? So why not do the big G?
That's right.
I'm not talking about Garling House.
Up.
We're spoiling the other swag here. So then we also have this side.
Hopefully it lags out.
Yeah, right. The front side, we made a couple of changes to this. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same as the original one, just got some color on it.
Should have looked there. Numbered.
Oh, yeah. So I guess the thing to talk about this is, like, what's kind of different and why we made some stuff different about it. So we chose copper as the color to differentiate it from the silver one. That's, like, the number one reason I think we did it. The number two reason I would say is, especially with this antique copper, if you can see there's, like, a shinier and, like, a darker tone. It looks a little bit more, I think, in theme of the of Lord of the Rings. That's what it feels like to me. Oh my god! Looking at this, something else on the side, guys. Sorry. So can't be cardboard of the Rings without some technical problems, right?
I went the wrong way through the slideshow.
Yeah. So this was, as Chad said, probably the most requested or the second most requested item from people in 2019. That kind of held an informal poll with people at Con of the Rings. It's like, what do you want to see from Cardboard of the Rings for swag? Coin and tracker were the two things that came up the most. So we did the tracker, as Chad mentioned before. Now we did the coin. And another thing important too is, because this is a redo, I feel personally it does need to be different from the original one.
Yeah, for sure.
Significantly, I feel like. Otherwise, it's like, why are we just doing the same item again? You're not getting value for it. But
Right.
also, like, I don't think it's not exciting either. And I also feel bad if we're like, oh, we just made this item of an old one, but it's slightly better, so the older one you got just trash, right? We don't want to do that. That's kind of mean-spirited, not the way the podcast works, right? We want to do something new and different, but also still think about the past. So that was kind of like the idea of the coin. So is there anything else to add about it?
Just that
It's just a coin. It's a little bit bigger too, I guess.
It looks great too.
It looks, there's definitely a size difference.
Well, that's gonna lag out.
Well, that's really what matters.
Yep.
Yep.
It was the one we started the last and it finished first.
Yes, yeah. I started it. We already had like basically everything for all the art for the other ones done. Then I started this one and we got it first. Shipping was fast and production was fast. So I hope people like it. So
I think the only thing I'd add is the colors on the coin really do look great in person. It's probably hard to see over a low quality webcam stream, but they look great.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
It's also I should mention too, the backside of it with Gandalf is 3D texture. So like if you rub your hand on it, it kind of like I don't know how to describe it, bubbles, I guess you would say. So it's got a nice feel to it.
Yeah, it's got heft.
Yeah.
Yeah, the box weighs as much as
Almost two of me.
Two
You
of
said it was.
you.
You said it was 170.
Yeah.
What'd you say it was, like one?
No, that's how much the other thing
that's
is.
the other thing. Yeah. Okay.
The box, you struggled to pick it up, and I struggled to pick up Bardley picking it up.
Yeah. The box was heavy. I'm glad we're not taking this one to Gen Con.
Yeah,
Because
that
like we would be all like getting the icy hots after we're done. Like
Especially when we talk about the next thing.
yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like we started this process assuming that we would probably be at Gen Con, or at least we thought that was possible, and yet we did a bunch of really heavy stuff still.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us?
Yeah. You know what I like about the video thing is I can see when someone wants to point. I don't have to like guess if somebody wants to interject something, or you have to do that. But that noise.
Well, I was just going to say, that when 20% of the podcast is just, I was
Something
just
else I
going
wanted
to
to say about that thing we were talking about 15 minutes ago. All right.
Yep.
So the next item, if you've been watching my progression series, there's actually been a swag spoiler in almost every single video I have produced. So you might notice I always sleeved my heroes with a white sleeve, and you can always see the white outline of the sleeve behind the card if it's sleeved in a card. Well, that is actually a test sleeve that we got from a company when we went to get some sleeves made. That's right, you're gonna get some sleeves. How many sleeves is everybody gonna get? He's the number guy, so I always default to him for numbers because you know I'm gonna get it wrong.
So I think everyone gets 8 packs of 50, so 400. Is that right?
400. I thought it was 200.
I thought it was 200.
I
That's more
was
than I
totally gonna
thought.
be wrong.
Okay.
I was gonna say 200, so I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. So this was the test run. This is not the sleeve, but this is the sleeve that in my videos, this has been sleeving all my heroes. So I always like to stick little spoilers in videos and not tell people that they're there. And I mean, I didn't expect anyone to pick up on it, but it was there. It was fun for me. All right, so let's show them. This is the non-printed side of the sleeve.
Ooh,
Okay.
ah.
Yeah, ooh, ah. All right. And for the printed sleeve, this was a struggle. I'd have to say, out of everything we've ever done, coming up with the art for a sleeve, we struggled. It was
It's so small.
yeah, it's small, lots of ideas, lots of ways we could have went. And then it was actually, I wish he was here, Mark shared a picture of something Game of Thrones did, where they made it look like, is it the King's Book? The one in, do we know which book they did? It was one of the books from Game of Thrones.
It's supposed to be the White Book.
The White Book. That's the one where it's the one in the Red Keep. Right. Okay. So we thought, man, that's a great idea. What's a famous book from Lord of the Rings? There's only one choice in my mind. Mm-hmm. The Red Book. The Red Book. So this is the back of the sleeves. We commissioned Emily from the digital game, who did the backs of the cards for the digital game.
She also did our tracker last year, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think she did, didn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, she
we
absolutely
had for the tracker.
Yep. And so we asked her to redesign our logo, give it a fresh new look, and so she did. And then now I'm going to switch to the high res and try not to
Get the right one, Chad. You've already go the right way.
There's only one way I can go. There it is.
There we go.
All right. So this is supposed to represent the Red Book of the West March. You can see it's leather bound. It's red. We got the BB. We got the star that's commonly seen in the art for depictions of this Red Book. But there's actually not a lot of actual drawings of this Red Book. But honestly, once we decided that, man, having the card sleeve be a book, and then the cards in your deck could be the pages and whatnot.
That's why Mark doesn't have a white cam.
Oh, okay.
It's mildly poetic.
We loved it. I mean, it was just,
Yeah.
we just knew, like, yes, that's a perfect sleeve. And oh my gosh, when she gave us the final art, it was great. Am I supposed to be reading something?
No, people can finally see the high res.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, I see. Okay. I feel like John or Chris, do either of you want to talk about our production issues?
Nothing gets used on.
I don't know. I'm gonna pass because this round of swag, I was mostly on the sidelines. I don't know the details of what you ran into here.
This was so Mark is our sleeve, our font of sleeve knowledge, I think.
Yeah.
So he was the one who, I think originally we had a different company.
Yes.
That sent a bunch of samples that were like they were good. Oh, those.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
No.
And like they were good.
You got some other
But
different ones.
we ended up running into we ended up running into some. I forget what happened with the original company, but essentially it just was going to be a no-go. And is Matt quickly typing the true story into chat?
He's getting the rage out because that one with the sleeves thing was a huge pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these were the ones that I feel like of all of them, this was the one that came closest to not happening, just because of the problems we had.
Yeah.
And at sort of the last minute, we had. You're gonna have to remind me of his name, Chad, because you were
Jason?
dealing with him. But yes, Jason.
And Darkling Door, and that might be the same. Darkling Door might be the same name as the actual name. I can't think of.
Right. So they were kind of on the spot and got us connected with another company that really did I think a great job printing. But there was a production issue on these in that they were like a millimeter too small.
No. Actually, we figured it out.
What was the problem?
What's that?
What was the problem?
Oh, what was the problem? Okay, so
Yeah.
I sleeved. So we got a video from the company that we ended up going with, and they did this. This is what they did. Just imagine a few more sleeves, but they're like, it was a 9-second video. That was the video, but no cards in there. Like, imagine just blank sleeves. That's all they did. And I go, man, I wish they would have shown them being sleeved, like sleeving a card or something. Oh well. So then they send me 100 of them, and I go to sleeve a card. So I grab a card that I was currently using in a game, which was Alt Art Gimli. I just grabbed a card, and that was the one I was currently using. I grabbed Alt Art Gimli, and I go to sleeve it. This is actually going to be a perfect representation of what happens. Because, okay, there. First of all, you can't do the thing where you pop the card.
Yeah.
Like I can't pop that open. And then you go to sleeve it, and you get about halfway,
Oh,
and it doesn't want to go.
it fights.
And that Gimli went like this. And I was like, "Ah!" And so quickly
Dollar
switched.
sign.
to-
Shut
Bye-bye
up.
college
Yeah,
savings.
that's my retirement plan.
So they wouldn't go in, but they started to, but I could never get them in, and I'm like, well, and so I'm trying to show these guys, I'm like, guys, there's something wrong with these, like, they're not working. They put the mat on the inside. The part that keeps them from sliding on each
Yeah.
other, they put it on the inside.
It was on the inside and the outside of the sleeves because
Yeah.
these sleeves are still matte on the
Yeah.
outside, but
Yeah.
then on the inside too. So there's too much friction.
Yep.
Yep.
And so
I
we
see.
so we let them know, like, no, these are no good. And they're like, well, we've already made your entire order,
Wow, 20,000.
which is, I think, I'm gonna say a number. I'm just gonna say it, and I'll see what Matt says.
20,000?
200,000.
Oh, gee. They made all of them?
100,000. Matt? No, can't hear you.
You're on mute, buddy.
12,500.
Okay.
12,000. That was really close
Still a
to
lot.
200,000. Maybe that's like if you count the sides and then no. 12,000. 12,000 sleeves that they just had to toss. We had to have them remade. So I don't have the actual sleeves. I still actually don't have a physical copy of the actual good sleeves, but they're gonna look like this.
Yeah, they're on the way.
In theory, this could still go sideways, but it's not going to, right?
Right.
All right.
Ah, it'll be
Only
fine.
sideways if you get stuck in a canal. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
They're on their way. And that's the box. The boxes are gonna weigh 175 pounds when they get here.
Again, glad we're not doing this in person.
Yes. So everybody's gonna be getting 400 sleeves. All right. Last, but
Hey, Chad, I just want to add real quick that the first company, when it was time to pay, asked us to do a bank transfer.
That's right. The first one wanted the bank.
That's right.
The bank transfer.
And while that might be normal business for card sleeve manufacturers, we just couldn't, as this little podcast, just a huge red flag for internet transactions on a personal basis. So we weren't comfortable with that and had to switch companies.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. No one wanted to do that. No thanks. That's
I mean,
okay.
it's the internet version of meeting at the 7-Eleven with the sack of cash. Like,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
what wasn't gonna happen?
Right. We
Wasn't
did
gonna
notice, though, it does seem like it's easier to get card sleeves made now. There seems to be more companies doing it for smaller orders because this has been something I've wanted for a while.
Yeah.
And it's just been completely just a no-go. I mean, it was like, oh, you need
Small
25.
is relative. That's 10,000 sleeves.
Yeah.
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 Because we tried to do it last year, and I think we were saying that we would have had to go in with other podcasts to do it because
Yeah.
it was so expensive.
It was like,
These other companies we were looking at, and this year we had to do it by ourselves. So.
yeah. Yeah. So at least it's getting there because it seems like an untapped market. Okay. The last piece. Here we go. We wanted to do another playmat. We love them. I mean, who doesn't love a beautiful playmat sitting on their tabletop when they're playing this game? And it's really fun when 7 people all want different pieces of art on a playmat, and you have to try to figure out, who's gonna get their way, or who can convince everybody else. Like, no, I think we should. But it was Brad who said something in chat, and it was an instant. It was instant. I mean, he said it, and I read that, and I'm like, yes. And from that point on, we were just looking for an artist. I mean, nobody really pushed back. I don't remember. It was like instant. So you said still life, right?
Yeah, so basically, here comes a 10-minute origin story of art that starts in a crazy place that's going to make people think I'm on drugs. But it's true, and it actually will make sense when I go through it. The original idea came from Animal Crossing New Horizons, a video game on the Nintendo Switch. So if people don't know, that's like a game where you kind of land on this island, and you build a house, there's the animals, and there's like this museum, and you can fill it out. And one of the things in it is art. So you have to fill the art in the museum. But there's this guy who sells you art. His name is Cousin Red. And the problem with Cousin Red, my nemesis, people will know this, my nemesis Cousin Red, this guy only shows up to your island like once every 2 weeks. So you can't do it easily. And he shows up with 4 pieces of art, and 3 of them are counterfeits. So you have to like go online and look to see like, is this actually the right piece of art? Like, it's missing a dog, so it's fake. Okay? So at this point, people are like, what does this have to do with it? I don't understand. Okay, so what happened was I saw a piece of art, and it kind of all clicked for me because I had been thinking about this idea of I wanted to do something, and I think we all agreed on this, something anniversary, 10-year anniversary related, right? Something about the podcast, issue the podcast, but it was difficult to kind of come to exactly what we should do. I'm thinking about the past as well, some other type of art that we've done. The Gen Con 51 with the troll and the people. And I've mentioned this before. This is like COTR drinking game or bingo stuff, where it's like, I want to do something different from the previous swag. So, go ahead, enjoy it. That was like more epic or badass. And I think a lot of art in general for the playmats and stuff features characters or an epic scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and this is the thing when I think a lot of times when I see movie posters, I'm like, it's always got to have the characters on it. And I want to do something a little bit different, right? So this painting that I saw in Animal Crossing was Apples and Oranges by Paul Cézanne. It's still life oil painting.
It's famous.
Of, apples and oranges, as it says in the title. So, right? Very descriptive title. So when I was looking at it, I had this idea of like, oh, what if we did a quieter moment, right? Something that didn't have to be like in your face necessarily, but was still in the theme of Lord of the Rings. Right. So that's where I had this idea. I also was thinking, well, we want to try to get stuff in it, pack stuff in it too.
That was the big thing. How can we pack stuff into a scene and not just take over the scene?
Right, because if we have too much stuff, it's too busy, then it's like, oh, what's going on? I have no idea. So I came up with this idea of what if we did Bilbo's study, and then we put stuff in it that would reflect the podcast. So that's the origin of the art, starting with Animal Crossing, all the way to Bilbo's study.
To Cézanne.
Yes,
to Bilbo's study.
Yes, the French art to Bilbo's study. So there it is.
All right, here we go.
Glorious.
Beautiful.
Love it. Love it.
I'm going to get the guy's name wrong, but it was done by Alexander Karks. The same guy who did... Karsigs. The same artist who did the alt art Lorgorn, and he has done a ton of art for the game. And of course, I didn't prep myself to... I know he did like one of the Dunedain Hunters in the Forest.
He did Thalion. Caleb's art.
Thalion, yes.
Didge.
Man. These smell so bad.
So there's the
but
high
they look
res
so good.
of Bilbo's study. Oh, I can just do it like this. I like this.
Yeah, we're zooming in, people, so look at this high, fine detail.
Get the spew buckets handy.
Yeah.
Choppy.
There is a lot of detail in this.
Yeah. What was the original size of the art that he sent us was 18,000 by 10,000 pixels.
Right.
It was huge. It took forever to download. Like your computer would like wheeze, and it would be like, kill me.
You could actually wallpaper your study with this image of Bilbo's study. Now, who wants to discuss this?
I'd love. I'm. This is the part of the the swag reveal that I was most looking forward to, because I know there's Easter eggs in here that I don't know about.
Well, there's the Diva sandwich for one. With apologies to Alexander, that's the one element of this that I in post spent the most time on, trying to get the sandwich not to be this like bright laser white focus of the piece, because like on mine, so I've got I don't know what you still have up, but I've got mine is a test printing. That's why the text on the bottom is a different.
Oh, I can switch to you. Here we go.
That's fine. And like on mine, I cannot stress how bright white this is. It's like it's the only thing you see. Like the first thing you see when you look at the man is, oh, there's a plate with a sandwich on it.
Literally the first time it got posted, all I could think was that sandwich has way too much lettuce on it. I had no thoughts on anything other than the lettuce on that sandwich.
I was like, I miss Quiznos.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one I spent some time trying to blend it into the scene a little bit more, because I mean the detail in this, and it's almost too bad that we had to put it on a playmat, because
it's
the
incredible.
detail in this is just insane. I mean he used a kind of a composite technique between original painting of his own and also just using natural textures and some found things and blending it all together into this piece that it's just remarkable. I mean you just like you're talking about the original pixel size. Yeah, at 150 DPI, yeah, you could just about put it on an entire wall. So yeah, people are going to spend a long time looking at all the details here. To my knowledge, there is no penguin. But do we want to give people some stuff?
You'll just have to
I don't
look.
think so.
There are chats that don't include you, John, so maybe...
Yeah.
That's true.
Are there any Easter eggs that anybody wants to talk about, or
No ISO. That's a good way to start. I'm a podcaster. That's how I start all my sentences. Within the playmat, there are Easter eggs. There's an Easter egg for each of the 7 members of Cardboard of the Rings, and 1 Easter egg for Brandon. And then I think we could even say there's another one for Brian, or maybe the first stage in general.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. I would say it's more like an homage. Could you say that homage to the old playmat too, maybe a little bit. I think you could say.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are
Very subtle though. It's
Right.
not like obvious.
Yes.
And you'd probably have to get it explained.
There's one Easter egg that is painfully obvious for one of the hosts, and then that sends you on a very wrong course of thinking the rest are going to be that much in your face, and they're absolutely not. So
the computer looks very out of place in this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The accounting machine where you, that.
Yeah, the old accounting calculators. Yeah.
For Matt, yeah. So we hope that you enjoy this playmat. I have been enjoying playing it with it on the table. It looks great. And the thing we were talking about on the podcast about the accidental awesomeness is just how good the 3 pieces look together. We did not plan this kind of sepia mahogany color scheme, but when it's all together, it just looks fantastic. So good luck hunting down those Easter eggs. If you find them, we will tell you if you're right. And, I'm sure the community could all pull together and they could probably find them all. But we wish you the best of luck with that.
So Chad, there are other sort of Easter eggs in that there's a lot of items in that study to let you know it's Bilbo's study as well.
That's true. Yep, that's true. So that was
Like
a good...
the sandwich.
Yep.
Yeah, the sandwich.
Food.
Yep. There's the picture of that Hobbit lady on the or whatever on the side, right?
Yep. One of Bilbo's many relations. So yeah, when Bardley said, "Let's do a still life of an iconic place," we don't even need people in it. Just you look at that and you know that it is Lord of the Rings.
I want to say too, the quality of the printing on these playmats is ridiculously good.
Yeah, it looks very.
It is. You would think you bought it.
Yeah.
Direct from from a major manufacturer.
And we had it done.
Because you did. Because you did.
Yes,
actually.
we did.
That's
We
what
did.
we
Honor
did.
Forge.
We did. They do pretty great work.
Yep.
Yeah, Arctic
Evenly
Forge, which
cut,
is-
all of them.
Yeah, all evenly cut.
Yeah, I didn't get out of the shower one morning and just two people were just raging about the incorrect cuts.
Yeah.
About that.
God, that was bad. So the company that did these is the company that used to be the print house, the for FFG. So
Yeah.
located there in Minneapolis. So they're the ones that did the Balrog playmat this year. They're the ones that presumably I think have done all the
all of them.
fellowship playmats that we've had. So yeah, I mean it looks as good and feels as good as the FFG playmats because for all intents and purposes it is.
I knew we'd hit gold when I went and picked up a run of them, because I'm local to the Twin Cities, and opened up the box and was not almost knocked out from the smell. They did not smell like burned rubber, and I didn't get high just opening the box. So I knew we had
I don't know,
something
man.
good on our hands.
And did you
My-
show
my-
them to CP?
He had seen them, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about my close personal friend,
Yes.
Christian T. Peterson? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
He and I talked about him.
Man, that's so cool.
We host a podcast. It'd be cool if
Yeah, we never got around to talking
Yeah.
about the podcast, but
Yeah. Or maybe if only there was an event where a whole bunch of us were gonna be in the same room, maybe with him for a while, and maybe I could bring a field recorder and whatever. That's just dreaming.
All right. Anything going on in the chat?
Yeah, does anybody have any questions in the chat? We're on a bit of a delay, so
yeah,
we'll have to vamp
we'll
a little
wait
bit.
90
but-
seconds.
So how did we, does anybody remember how we got to 3 items? Was it just organic, I think? Because I don't remember
It was
what we even
I
started
was
with as our
saying
first
we
idea
have
was
to
the
spend more money.
Because we could afford it and we needed to spend the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
We needed to spend the money. That was it, 100%. The community is awesome, and people
Good problem
keep
to
upping
have.
their pledges.
What are we supposed to do with all this money?
Just
Yeah,
give
new
everybody more
players.
stuff.
Find us and join the Patreon, and
Yeah.
man, it's so good.
I honestly
So
thought
good.
we were at 200 sleeves myself. I didn't know we
yeah.
doubled that, so awesome.
I think I thought it was 400 just for us.
Yeah.
And then 200 for the community because that's an insane amount of sleeves.
Yep.
Oh, here comes Matt. What did I say wrong this
Now
time?
you're making me double check. I gotta double check. I'm all nervous now.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, we've made
They're going to come at you
the
with
number guy nervous.
Yeah, if it's only
Pitchforks.
200, people are gonna be furious.
We can correctly say hundreds of sleeves.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the way to say it.
Accurate.
True. That's very true.
Again, another item though that I'm glad we're not hauling, the playmats. If you saw us in 2018 when we brought the encounter mats in that wacky box,
Yeah.
and it was watching. I think Aaron carried him in. I think.
Yep.
And watching him try to carry him down the stairs into Lucas Oil, and just like the box was like falling apart. It was so heavy to begin with, and then it's like falling apart because of course they're floppy, so that you can't just like hold them nicely, So that was one good thing about not having Gen Con in person, even though it sucks we don't get to see everybody.
I would say that is the only
Yes,
good thing.
our backs are going to be
Yeah.
intact. We're all over 30, so we no longer have the spryness that we used to.
I'm over 40 now, so.
Yeah, Brad, talk for yourself, man. I'm still like that. That's right.
The question is this is not the cat that fell through the duct,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no. This is Spencer. We call him the old man because he acts like an old man. And unfortunately, the cat that fell through the ventilation system is no longer with us. And so this is Spencer, and we also have a cat named Rosie. And then a puppy named Archie, who's been here with us all weekend. He was supposed to go up north, and then plans got changed. So Archie's been with us all weekend, and he's been an excellent dog. He really has. For a puppy,
He's
amazing.
He's a great dog.
He's really good.
Right. Looks like we have no questions,
Okay.
so if we want to just wrap up.
Yeah,
Does
so-
anybody have anything to say? Any of you guys want to add anything?
John needs to plug what he's about to do, so go ahead, John.
Yeah, so I'm going to be on the regular COTR Discord here in a little bit, probably just in the general room, or maybe I'll use my Valar powers and make a room specifically for this. If anybody wants to chat, like do the community hot jam like we usually do this time of year, And we'll see how many of those we get. Maybe we put together a special episode. Maybe we that's something I kind of want to do at Con of the Rings as well. So maybe we just kind of put everything together for that. I don't know, but if nothing else, it'd be cool to hang out with some folks for a little bit. And yeah, also it didn't get posted before this, but I am done with the edit of issue 2, and it is. Oh man, y'all! It is even more than I remember. I think that I have blocked some things out of my memory after doing that. Because watching back through this, I was laughing at me trying to do this. I found it very amusing. So I hope everyone else will as well. We'll see if we can get that up either this weekend or first thing next week. I know Chad's got like a million videos, so I don't want to step on his toes on his release schedule. But
Monday will be the second a long extended party quest. So Battle for the Beacon will be coming out using a Gondor deck.
Cool.
Yeah. Did a question sneak in there?
Asking about how heavy the coin was.
Oh.
Pretty heavy.
Pretty heavy.
I think it's I don't remember the exact dimensions of it, so it's still tricky.
It came from Dan, so I am not sure exactly how heavy in metric units it is.
Yeah, I don't know in grams.
Yeah,
it's not as heavy as the
compared to this.
Much lighter.
It's not as heavy as the die, but few things are, really.
Yeah. No,
cool.
it's not.
Yeah, I mean this might as well be like made out of a neutron star. This is so heavy.
It's like if you drop it on the table, you'll know, like but it's not like...
You won't break your foot if you drop it.
Yeah, exactly. If you drop the die on your foot, you're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Anything else to add from anybody else?
Chris, Matt?
No.
We should probably say that League of Cooperative Gaming is going on in the Discord server. If you haven't joined that yet, you should join that. Lots of people are playing games online right now.
Yep. And then
I wonder what program they're using to play online.
I wonder. Lots of games of scouring going on right now, actually.
I would imagine.
Does it have
so.
all of
There
it
you
now? I'm so conflicted. I really want to play Scouring because before we record because we're recording this Wednesday, right?
Wednesday,
Yeah.
Man, I really want to play Scouring, but I also I'm going to put my Hobbit deck back together with some modifications, obviously, thanks to some excellent new cards on the last AP. But I kind of want to play Scouring for the first time in print. So,
Yep.
Chris.
Yeah.
Wish you guys were here.
Just
I mean, if you want to do a separate print run without the alt art, I can send you the files.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
All right then. Try to get that to you soon.
Yeah,
Overnight it to me,
literally have
please, John.
InDesign on this computer, so yeah, right.
That's right.
The print shop's not that fast, but anyway.
All right. Well, I think this worked. I'm glad this worked. This seemed to be the best way to do this. So
Yeah.
all right.
Yep.
I wish we were all together. That's the worst part.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Wish you guys were here, or wish we were at Gen Con.
Wish we were all together, Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks to the patrons, too. Obviously, none of this way we mentioned it happens without the money you guys give us. So.
Oh yeah.
And we appreciate it, and we always try to do our best with using it. So.
Yep.
We hope you guys like it.
Yep. You're keeping Matt busy, which is
Yeah.
good. So. Keeping our finance guy busy is a good thing. So
Making him
thank
keep
you, everybody.
the email supporter list ready so we know who to ship to. Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds
Giving us a real challenge to keep topping ourselves with more and more support coming in.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty difficult.
Yeah, for a game that is not really officially not active. It's like I can't believe we still do stuff. We're now in like a second stage of the game where it's now like fans are doing it, and it's still the fact that people want to give us money and still be involved in the community is amazing.
Right.
It is.
I see a shipping date question. It's once we get the sleeves, then I can probably give you some sort of estimate. But I need to get the sleeves here, so they're on their way from China over water using boats. So
The technical difficulties extend to every element of the podcast.
Right. But we're what over? It's like 3.5 weeks since they shipped, so like we're
getting close.
Yeah.
They're on the boat.
They're on a boat.
Somewhere.
They're on a boat. Might be Gollum's log. Might be an actual boat. We don't know.
Might be. Yeah, I just want to reiterate though how great it is. Like, probably Yeah, I'll say this. One of my favorite parts of this hobby is the fact that we just have to come up with new and interesting ways to create cool stuff because of the amazing support from our patrons. Like that personally makes me so happy. I'm someone who loves making things, someone who loves, at the end of the day, seeing the results of my work in a tangible way. And this is the fact that this is a hobby and that we get to, considering, Tolkien's own writings about the nature of like subcreation and his belief about, what humans are supposed to be doing. Like it's really cool that, okay, we as fans of his world and as the hosts and staff behind the show get to keep making really, really cool stuff. So thank you, all of you.
It is nice when the creative process, for the most part, isn't hampered by financing. When you can if someone comes up with an idea, you just can go, yeah, we can make that.
We bought a 3D printer last year.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure, let's get that.
Because that'll help us, and it'll, it's just, that really helps, because when you have an idea, then you're like, oh, crud, we can't afford it, and you have a great idea.
Speaking of, Chris, can you 3D print me a top for this box? I think that the top for this one got burned up by the company that we were doing the test, or that ended up doing all the engraving. So
Chad certainly doesn't have any at his house.
Oh yeah, Chad, you probably got 1,000 left over, right?
I'll get Bogey on it right now.
Yeah, we were assembling some earlier this morning.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've heard that Bogey and Aaron are starting a union, so we're going to have to negotiate with them now, so it's going to be...
Actually, Brad's here. He could pump out the 50 or so I got down in the basement and get them done in 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, if I play the pace that we did the counter map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How have Chad, you've been using that like for all your streams, right? How has that been holding up? Like the same, have you had any, like, has it broken or?
No,
because I'm curious. Because I put it through a lot of like cycles just to see if the little clickers would hold up after a lot, but I don't know if I tested it as much as you have.
There's one dial at the top that if I spin the middle dial, it sometimes moves with it, so I just think there's a little bit of play inside, but for the most part it works better than it did when I first got it.
Yeah, that's how mine are.
Because Vardane, I think, or Bogey, somebody grabbed mine that I've been using, and they're like, oh, this spins nice. I'm like, well, yeah, I would hope so. There's no friction left inside of it. I mean, it clicks, but it doesn't, there's no like resistance to it.
Yeah.
So it's just...
Nice.
And my main one is really, really smooth still after however many games with it.
Yep. I mean, I would, like John's doing right now, if you want to use yours more and you're watching, Netflix and chill and something, just sit there and just spin them. And
I don't know if you want to do that while you're Netflix and chilling.
Why? It's nice.
Maybe the Netflix part, not so much the chilling.
That sounds like a Seinfeld episode, Chad. You want to tell me about it?
All right, I think we're good.
Yeah, sure.
So, on that note, I guess, should we say
all right.
bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye.